Crystal, it's all going to land. Just chill the fuck out. You always figure it out, and you will figure this out. It just is not landing right now. And maybe it's just not meant to land right now.
Welcome to the She Who Dares podcast. I'm your host, Crystal Wilson, the founder of She Who Dares. I'm a specialized breakthrough and mindset coach, business mentor, online course creator, and your number one no BS hype woman. I'm here to remind you who the fuck you are and reignite your personal power through powerful and expanding conversations on all things business, mindset, and energetics, to help you break through to your next level of success in all areas of your life, business, and bank account. Each episode is designed to expand your mind, shift your identity, raise your frequency, as well as give you success strategies to help you step into your highest, most powerful, abundant, successful, and magnetic you. So, I dare you to join me each episode, and I double dare you to implement what you learn and go all in on you. All in on your life, your business, your success. Because if you do, like so many of my She Who Dares clients and students, you will become everything that you know deep down you can be. Ready? Let's friggin' do this.
Hey guys, welcome back to the She Who Dares podcast. We are back. It's me and you, because I feel like the last few episodes have been interviews, and really for the first year of the She Who Dares podcast, I didn't really interview anyone, maybe a couple of clients. However, I really have had so many incredible clients finishing up their breakthrough work with me or their business mentor work with me. And I love interviewing my clients once they've finished the work, because it's just such a powerful experience to really hear about their experience, their journey, what their breakthroughs have been, what the impact of our work together has had on their life. So selfishly, I love interviewing clients when they finish our work together, whether that be private breakthrough coaching or business mentorship. And so I've had quite a few of those interviews recently. And yeah, I really hope that you get a lot of value out of them, hearing the stories of the women who have walked before you. I know so many of you, are orbiting in my world, and maybe you're intrigued by breakthrough work. Maybe you're intrigued by business mentorship or my mastermind or all the exciting things that are going to come next. And I know for me, when I was at the beginning of my journey, investing in myself and wanting to grow and develop and really become the best version of myself in life, in business, in my relationships, with my money, it really always helped me to read the stories of the women who had done the work before me. It's not something that I need so much now, I think, because I'm just like so dialed into my intuition. If I want to do something, I just trust that. But there was a time when I had my intuition and my own inner knowing, but seeing other people do the thing that I was going to do, the course, the program, the work with the mentor, and the impact that it had on them really helped me. So a couple of reasons why I'm doing these interviews. Selfishly, I love interviewing past clients and getting all the juicy details from their perspective of the depth of our work and the impact of our work and what it's had on their life, their business. And then also, I want those of you who listen to the podcast who are on that edge and who are looking for that piece of evidence or, want to know the impact that this could possibly have on your life. I want you to be able to hear those stories and see yourself in those women, the past She Who Dares clients. And when I say past, to be honest with you, once you've entered the She Who Dares universe with me, you are honestly a client for life. Like I interviewed, I think the last episode was Danny V, who you may or may not know, but she's such an incredible woman. And she was a client of mine in 2019 or 2020. And she was a client for about a year. And then she's kind of moved on and she's built her business and she's had so much success. It's been such an honor watching her over the last 6 years and seeing her truly step into this powerful, self-led, confident, driven woman at a new level. And she's gone on to create a whole nother business and have so much of success. So like Danny V is not like a client from recently. She's actually 6 years ago we worked together and she was a client, which I think is really cool as well to like have someone on the podcast who it's been 6 years since she did breakthrough work with me and really look at what has changed for her in this past 6 years. So if you haven't been listening to those episodes, there's so much you can take away from them around like just really powerful women like who are running mother-led businesses or leaving careers, starting their own businesses, or just doing the deep internal work to find their joy, to find their happiness, to find their worth. There's just so much value in it. So with this episode, because it hasn't been you and me for a little while, it's been about 3 or 4 episodes where I've been doing interviews. I thought it'd be really cool to let's just do a casual life update. I want to give you a bit of a life update, a pregnancy update, and then give you guys a bit of a business update as well. So if you follow me on social media, you kind of do get the BTS around what's happening in my life. If you're not following me, I have 2 accounts. I have the official She Who Dares account, which is where I share more of the business stuff and the work that I do, client work, a lot of educational stuff, a lot of authority content. That's at She Who Dares Official. And then if you want to follow my personal account, which is my original account that I've had since the dawn of time on Instagram, that is I am Krista Wilson. And that's where I share more of, personal stuff that's just happening in my life, my day-to-day life. But recently I turned 42, which is super exciting. On my 42nd birthday, I was 24 weeks pregnant. And somebody pointed out the mirror of those 2 numbers because I did a little post saying 42 today and 24 weeks pregnant. And they are the exact same numbers reversed. And I popped it into good old ChatGPT, who's now my numerologist, astrologist, and human design coach, and was like, oh, it's my birthday and these are the numbers. What does it mean behind these numbers? And that was super cool. And you'll never guess what came up. It's the motherhood and like matriarch and the stepping into that next season. And it was so cool because that's honestly the season that I'm in. And so I love when you can find the signs or the deeper meaning or link it to something that those synchronicities in the universe. I'm not total woo, but I love all of that stuff. I love finding the secret meaning in anything to empower me and make me feel like life's good, And I think that's a real gift to be able to do that. I'm always looking at the glass is half full. I'm always looking for a deeper meaning. I'm always looking for the positive meaning in things. Even when something shit happens, I'm doing the internal coaching and internal work to find there's a deeper meaning here. Let's find the silver lining. And I find that way of thinking serves me really well in life and in business. So that was super cool. So we went away to Noosa. For those of you who followed me a long time, Noosa is our second home. We go there multiple times a year, and it's always been our favorite place to go away together, Bruce and I. And so we went away, always go away for my birthday to Noosa, get our kind of last week away for the summer. And I also celebrated the 24 weeks pregnant. And it was also our baby moon because we are probably not going to go away now in the next kind of 4 months. We thought, let's make this our baby moon as well. And we had such an incredible trip, beautiful weather, like beautiful time together. We took so many photos and so many videos and did really treat it like a beautiful baby moon. And not only were we there celebrating all of those things, it also hit us that is the last time that we're going to go, most likely for a really long time, going to be able to go away, just the 2 of us. And one of the silver linings in having spent the last 10 years trying to fall pregnant, it means that we have been able to build a beautiful, solid foundation of our relationship. We've spent so much quality time together. We've navigated so many things. So it was really special to have that last time away together. And then we realized as well, because we go back every February, when we go back next time, we are going to have an 8-month-old baby, which is just wild to even think about. So, so cool. And so right now, as I'm recording this, I'm 26 weeks and 2 days pregnant. So I'm just entering close to that 6-month mark, or in that 6-month window. And I'm doing really well, feeling really strong, feeling really healthy. And the only real thing that is so minuscule is just that it's, you get tired. You know what I mean? You get tired and you don't have as much energy as you would normally have. So like, I just had an afternoon nap today. I was like, I need a nap. And I feel like I work really well Monday through kind of Friday, and then I get to Saturday and I definitely feel my work week. Like on Saturday, I was just kind of lounging around all day, filling my cup back up, which I think is pretty good. Like I am 42, like I'm no spring chicken pregnant, and I'm 6-month pregnant. So I just have to listen to my body and give my body what I need. And I'm really good at that. Like I'm not somebody who's like pushing through constantly. If I'm tired and I need rest, I have no problems chilling out all day and snuggling and just resting my body and giving my body what it needs. So in a personal front, that's kind of my personal life update and also my pregnancy update. We have 14 weeks until my due date. And honestly, as a business owner, I'm really hoping that like I go full term, like 40, 41 weeks would be awesome. That'll just give me enough time to really action everything that I want to action. It's been an interesting time. I feel like the first 4 months I was so unwell and so deeply in survival mode with HG that I couldn't even think about anything. I had no capacity to do anything. And then at around that 18, 20 weeks, I really turned a corner and I started to feel good. Like I was actually reminiscing the other day, someone was asking me about my pregnancy symptoms, which made me remember how sick I was. And it's so interesting how resilient we are in the terms that I was like reliving. I was like, fuck, I was sick. Fuck, that was really hard. But now I feel so good that it just feels like it's a distant memory, but it wasn't that long ago that I couldn't get out of bed. And I feel like once I did turn that corner, I had this initial very big burst of energy of cool, let's lock in, let's go. It's interesting being pregnant at 42 and being a solo entrepreneur. There's a level of self-trust that I need to anchor into in actioning all the things that I need to action, figuring out what type of maternity leave that I want to create. Do I want to take the government maternity leave? Do I want to create a hybrid option? What does that look like? And even if I do take maternity leave and then I do start back with clients and client work and building She Who Dares, like how am I going to do that with a baby? You know what I mean? Like some of the work that I do, it's not really appropriate to have a baby on a call. However, you're very much going to see me on calls on social media with my son breastfeeding. And I definitely want to play a role in showing women that we can do it. We can do that. But there are some of the components of my work where that might be a bit tricky. So it's been interesting. Like I came out of the HG haze, full energy, let's go, let's lock in. I had really clear plans of what I wanted to build and create and launch this year in 2026. And then I found out I was pregnant. And it became even more important for me to launch and slightly pivot my business model so that I could support myself post giving birth and becoming a mother. And initially I had all this energy to do that and I had clarity and I knew exactly what I wanted to do. But every time I went to kind of action it, it just felt like a void. It felt like I couldn't connect and I couldn't quite land the plane. I'm not sure if that analogy makes sense. It's like I knew the destination of where I was going and I knew the steps that I needed to take. But I think I was putting way too much pressure on myself that I had to execute this at a really high standard. And I had 4 months to do that before I gave birth. And the more that I put that pressure on myself, the more disconnected I became from actually actioning it, which is not a place that I really sit often. I'm somebody who's got a clear vision, who dreams big and is an action taker, like moving and taking action and knowing that the clarity and the belief and all the things come from taking action. Like that's what I teach. That's the walk that I walk and what I embody. But there was something in this period where it just wasn't landing. I felt disconnected from it. And so what I did was become aware, okay, cool, I'm not taking the actions that I know I need to take and want to take. Why am I not taking them? And what I really landed with, and I definitely had a whisper telling me, it will land, you will get that clarity, that drive, but just chill out. I just felt like intuitively, like I was putting way too much pressure on myself to do everything. And it wasn't just showing up in my business, it was also showing up in like simple things. Like I have not purchased a single thing for my baby, not a single thing, which I'm realizing is probably not the normal thing for a first-time mum. First-time mums are so excited. They're over-consuming. They're buying everything. They have all the things. They're dotting all their I's. They're crossing all their T's. Whereas I am almost just, wow, there's so much for me to do. And I think that's because I work for myself. So like the biggest thing that I need to sort out is my business. What does my business look like post giving birth, the newborn phase, and then integrating back into work? And I think I was trying so hard to like actually figure that out. And it's actually not something that I can figure out until I'm in it. And so that was creating a bit of overwhelm. And then it's okay, also there's a baby coming. There's a baby coming into my life at 42 years of age that I've spent 10 years, trying to conceive. And now it's actually happening. And time is going so fast. I think a lot of people talk about pregnancy like, oh my God, I can't wait for the baby to arrive. And I'm the same, but it's like it's taking a long time. I feel like time is moving so fast. Like I don't have enough time to do all the things that I want to do, to set up myself, my business, buy everything I need. And the truth is, I don't even know what I fucking need. Like I just feel so like almost paralyzed with all the different things that I need to be doing that I don't know what to do. And because I don't know what to do or what I need, or there's not some clear list or clear path, I'm just kind of like, well, I'm not going to take any action. So what that has looked like is not taking the action at the level that I wanted to the last kind of 5-6 weeks and feeling like I was in a bit of a void, still having not purchased a single thing, even though we have a very clear plan of what we want to do. And what else is there? There's just so many things. There's like the baby shower. Everyone's like, are you having a baby shower? Are you having a baby shower? And initially I was not going to have a baby shower, mainly because I'd been so unwell. And I just was like, it was just another thing that I didn't want to add to my to-do list. But then I thought about it, like Bruce and I have never had a wedding. We never had an engagement party. Our whole last 10 years of our life has been so focused on fertility and getting pregnant. And so I felt like there would be a part of me that would regret not having a baby shower. So that then became cool. I am going to have a baby shower. All my friends and family want me to have one. And then it's like, cool, now I have to organize that. That's another thing to add to my to-do list of things I need to organize, which then has also been a little bit paralyzing because I'm like, I need to decorate. I need to create a theme. I need signs. I need food. Who's cooking? Who's helping? Oh my God. Thankfully, I have some friends who are going to come up and help me with it, because between all the moves that I wanted to make in my business, being pregnant and knowing that in X amount of days, weeks, I'm going to give birth and a baby's going to move into this house. And I haven't purchased a singlet, a wipe, a nappy, a piece of clothing. Thank God for my mum, because my mum and my sister-in-law have been sending me like big packages of clothing every month. That's the only thing that we have for the baby. But I personally have not purchased a single thing. And there's a couple reasons why I feel really overwhelmed of I don't want to just spend money for the sake of spending money. I'm a bit of a minimalist in that way. I want to make sure that the money that I'm spending is on things that I actually need. But then I go, well, what do I actually need for a baby? And then it's like little things like that. I'm like, cool, okay, I need a breast pump. I'm like, but do I need a breast pump? I want to try and breastfeed, but I don't know if that's going to be something that I can do, or the baby latches. Like there's just so many unanswered questions. And every time I try to make a move, I get a question and then I go, cool, I can't make that decision right now. So I'll come back to that. And what's been happening is all of these decisions that I'm not making are piling up and causing overwhelm and causing me to be paralyzed in, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's all too hard. However, there has been progress. We've set a date for our baby shower. I have, mapped out the food. I've ordered a few things like the baby shower registry. That was another thing that was stressing me out because I was like, I don't know what to put on this registry. Like everyone's asking, you're going to have a registry for the baby shower. And I'm like, yep, sure. And then it was like, I really need to do this registry. And I would open it up and start the process and then be like, I have no idea what to put on this registry. And just overthinking everything, which is so weird because I am not like that normally. So I'm already meeting like different versions of myself just in the process of being pregnant. But I am happy to announce that we've locked in a date for our baby shower. I have called in friends to help. On the weekend, we finalized and finished our bloody baby registry and posted it up to our friends and family. And there's just a couple other things I need to do. Finalize the food and finish getting some like decorations and stuff. Thank you. Temu is so good for that stuff. Not only is it inexpensive, but they have so much variety. If I was to just try them, I wouldn't even know where to find that stuff in Australia, but I feel like it's so handy to just go to a site, put in the theme of your party, and then it brings up pages of shit you can buy. So that's really helpful. Oh, like another thing, like we live in a 100-year-old cottage in this beautiful country place. And it's a 3-bedroom house. We have our bedroom. I'm obviously in one of the bedrooms, which is my office. And Bruce also works from home. So that adds another layer of, it's amazing. We're grateful that we're both going to be at home, but it just is another layer of like, how do we work that out? So the 3rd bedroom is another office, but it also has where we have a queen bed. So it's also acts as our guest room when family or friends stay. And so we're like, cool, this is the room and cupboard space that we're going to use for our baby, but it's filled with junk. So I'm like, we need to like sell this queen bed, get like a day bed from IKEA or a fold out couch, put it in here. And then we can clean out the cupboards and then we can start putting all the clothes that my mum's sending me every month, which I'm just like, I haven't even unpacked them. They're just shoved in drawers throughout the house, and start to actually organize a space for our baby's things. We're not doing a nursery, like it's just not the vibes. We're just more about organizing cupboard space so that we can put things for the baby in the cupboard space. And the reason I'm not doing a nursery is we're definitely co-sleeping, like baby's going to be in our bedroom with us until we feel ready and comfortable for baby to sleep in its own room. But like, I have no idea what that timeline looks like. So if we're going to be using a co-sleeper and he'll be with us. So I just felt like it was an unnecessary step to organize and decorate a nursery when I just have more pressing things to organize, like my business and launching and setting up what my business is going to look like. If I was somebody who worked, if I was an employee and worked in the corporate field, I would know that I just have X amount of weeks of mat leave plus the government mat leave. And I would know that I can take my mat leave and just come back in a year's time and everything will be running smoothly. I think being a business owner, I don't have that. There's so many things that I need to organize so that I can spend the next 3 months with my baby and take a maternity leave. And then even when I come back, what does that look like? Which I think all women struggle with that. It's like, okay, if I'm going back to work, what does that look like? But I think that a different layer when you're a business owner is I can't take 6 months or 12 months off my business. Like that would be incredibly detrimental to my business. So I have to figure out how I'm going to work and mum and breastfeed and all the things for when baby arrives. Can you guys hear my overwhelm? But anyway, I have landed in a place where like on the weekend, we ordered the day bed that's going to replace the bed. And, one thing that I knew I wanted to do was do a massive cook up. So do like a food prepping postpartum, like big weekend of like cooking pre-made breakfast muffins and lasagnas and chicken pot pies and curries and just things that I can have frozen ready to go. So Bruce can pull it out of the freezer and cook for us. Bruce cooks. So it's not like all the cooking is reliant on me, but I just feel like it'll be so easier for both of us to have a freezer filled like for the first 3 or 4 months of like meals that are homemade meals, quality food, organic meats, and then we can buy the fresh produce and we're pulling that out for dinner every night. So that's another thing that I know I need to do. So we ordered a freezer because we have a small freezer, so we needed a bigger freezer. Just like ticking all of these things off. And I feel like we've made some progress, which is making me feel like, cool, we're moving in the right direction. You know, one of my quotes that I'm known for is, I lead, the universe follows. When I move, the universe moves with me. And I suppose I've been in this stagnant energy, feeling a little bit paralyzed and knowing that I'm not taking action on the things that I need to take action on, which then was like, why are you not doing this? Like, you know what you need to do. But because I was just kind of, there were so many things and the short time frame that I have to action them, I was like a little bit paralyzed. But now that we're moving again and I'm taking action and I'm leading myself, what's happening? The overwhelm is diminishing. So with every action that I take and everything I tick off my to-do list, I'm now back in control. The overwhelm is no longer controlling me. And this is something that I teach my clients often. It's, if you're in overwhelm, it's like, where are you not taking action? Because often, and this is what I just experienced, is that we're in overwhelm because we actually know what to do, but we're second guessing or questioning the moves that we make and how we make them. And instead of just taking action on them, we're overcomplicating them in our head. We need to get out of our head and into our bodies and moving, which is exactly what's happened. And now I'm feeling so much clearer. So not only have we made all this progress in terms of like, we're becoming parents, like literally a baby's coming in 4 months, you better sort your shit out. Also, all the things that I wanted to do in my business, I've taken the pressure off that it has to happen by this day and it has to be perfect, which was a narrative that I unconsciously was, you know, attaching myself to, which wasn't helping the situation. And it's so interesting. I got back from Noosa, got back from my holiday, and there was this intuitive feeling that, Crystal, it's all going to land. Just chill the fuck out. You always figure it out and you will figure this out. It just is not landing right now. And maybe it's just not meant to land right now. And I had this intuitive nudge that I would get back from Noosa and that it would land. And what do you think happened? Like, as soon as I got back from Noosa and it was Monday and it was time to clock in back to work, I was locked in. I spent 2 days fully refining my funnel, fully refining my positioning, my messaging, the offer, and mapping out the frameworks. Like, I got more done in those 2 days than most people would get done in a month. And I have to remind myself of that. Is I also am a manifestor in human design. And so I need a lot more rest than other energy types. But when I do get into those focused periods of action, I can produce a high level in a small period of time. That's exactly what I've done. So now I feel so clear and know exactly what I'm doing. I've mapped out everything, the dates I'm going to do it. And I feel like I'm just going to fuck around and find out, do you know what I mean? In a really positive and empowering way. It's like, I truly believe in the pivot that I'm making. It's actually something that I wanted to do for a really long time. And now being pregnant, it's like the perfect scenario to just action it. And I feel really clear and really aligned. And I know this is going to be so powerful and it's going to have a big and profound impact in the women that join me and come into the community that I'm building. And I cannot wait. And if, you know, just take the pressure off. Like, it doesn't have to be like the biggest thing I ever do before I give birth, as example. I don't have to figure out all of my problems and all the world's problems before I give birth. I can set up the foundation and I'll do my best and I'll fuck around and find out, and we'll have a whole lot of fun doing it. And so I feel like I've had a huge perspective shift that has been a huge exhale. And I'm like, isn't that perfect? And when we're in that stagnant energy, everything feels like harder. And it's not because everything's harder, it's because of the way that we're looking at it. And I can fully recognize that's what I've been doing. And since then, I've had, 3 of my She Who Dares private clients re-sign. And so they'll be working with me up until mat leave and then coming back, and we'll be working together after mat leave. And so I just feel like everything's, again, moving and shifting in the right direction. You know why? Because I stopped thinking about it and I started taking fucking action, because I lead, the universe follows. When I move, the universe moves with me. And that is my deep dive into all the different areas of my life. and everything I've been navigating behind the scenes. It's so good to catch up with you guys because it's been a little minute. But yeah, reach out if you are a mother and you've got some tips for me and you're like, you need this, or this is a thing, or you can relate, or you're a woman in business who's had to navigate motherhood and maternity leave and also running a business. Like, drop into my inbox because I want to connect with the women, just like I do interviews with my past clients, so that you can see the women who've walked before you in that journey. You, if you're a mother navigating motherhood, business, all the things that I've just shared in this podcast, I want to speak to you. I want to hear your story because you have walked this journey before me and you have so much wisdom that you can share with me. Thank you so much for being here. Have the best bloody week, and I'll see you guys for our next episode.
Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. If you loved this episode, be sure to share that with me by leaving me a review, and head over to the She Who Dares official Instagram account at She Who Dares Official, hit follow, slide into my DMs, and share with me the impact this episode has had on you. And before you go, I'm going to leave you with this. The universe is responding to you. It is following your lead. You are the one who has to move first. And when you do, the whole universe will move with you, because it's I lead, the universe follows. When I move, the universe moves with me. That is our official She Who Dares mantra. I want you to write it down, put it on a mirror, and I want you to remind yourself of it every day. When I lead, the universe follows. When I move, the universe moves with me. When you follow this She Who Dares mantra, you are going to unlock the magic of the universe, and you are stepping into your most powerful self. I can't wait to see you for the next episode. Thanks for being here.